Gotta remember to say my thing, but you. We're the usual suspects. You're gonna remind me about stuff, right? Not here. I wished her. She said she wasn't gonna make it. Yeah, remind me about that. Shell's here. We're gonna start. Oh, that's a loud one. It's not usually that loud. Wow. New speakers? It's very loud. Hey, be nice, Bart. Be nice. Because you have to act nice. My son's over there under the Monopoly picture. That's Jerry. So you have to act like you like me, okay? At least, just for the hour, okay? Yeah. Okay. Let's start with 30 minutes and go from there. Okay. I don't know, but this is. I mean, yes, he can't drive the car. That's not allowed. Even the insurance company says, as long as Jerry doesn't drive the car. No. Anyway. All right. Well, we'll begin. Nice to see everyone on a lovely day here in California. Oh. Okay. I'm glad I could let Shell know that. I know, it's okay. All right. First and foremost, let's start with the some of the financial things and safety and such. We're gonna have a longer conversation about safety. Some things have happened in the past month, so I want to have a discourse about that. But financially, in May, we had a extremely good month, thanks to Bill Penrod and the skilled nursing crew. We are probably going to double our operational margin from 300,000 to 600,000. Why is that good right now? Please tell me. That's right. Because as we go into the budget season, because we're exceeding what we're doing, hopefully, again, I've started initial conversations, and the goal is to keep it under 4%. I would like to get it closer to 3.5%, but the goal, again, is to keep it under 4%. I feel moderately confident, as long as, from a political standpoint, there's not a big difference in the tariffs and our charges and things like that. We should be in that general range, and I will do everything in my power to do that. So the other thing is, we also had a very good month. Our new residents in the past month, and just now, please stand up if you're here. Come on, stand up. There's one. Well, 2, 3. Okay. All right. Again. Oh, yeah, again, those people are gonna pay for the pool and the painting. So thank them for pool and painting. Anyway, right now, uh, we're about $10 million better than budget for the year. We should be somewhere in the neighborhood of 6 million, and we're at almost 15 million. So everything is going extremely well. We expect to be somewhere in the neighborhood of between 25 and 30 million, which is going to be about double the cash we're supposed to bring in. Again, why is that important? One, we're a healthy community, and those reserves are going to encourage human good to continue to invest in the community. One of the things, again, we're looking at is building 12 new apartments on the end of the spring court and fall court. Autumn court, fall, autumn, same thing. Anyway, we are working with architects it may not go anywhere. It may not pass financing. I think it will, but the town may still have issues with it, but we are looking at that. What's the benefit to you guys? One, 10 more apartments will mean a huge infusion of cash, but more importantly, it will add about between the changes in memory support and those new apartments will provide us about $2 million more in operational margin. Why does that matter? It's like a town with a larger tax base. There are more houses paying taxes or service fees. Because of that, that gives us a cushion in bad times. And that's why it's so important. The other benefit is when we're building these, on the top of both of them, one will be a bar restaurant facing the mountains, and the other will be a brand new gym with floor to ceiling windows. Again, so these nice apartments are not just going to be new for the people, but you're going to have another dining venue and you're going to have a nicer gym to go to. Our gym is has nice equipment, but it's a little, I don't know, claustrophobic, a little celery. And so we're going to have a much nicer thing there. Again, this is an idea. It's not carved in stone. We will show you the plans. It will stay within the same features of what we have. And so, any questions about what I just said before I move on to important stuff? Anyone? Godilla first. Spring court, so where the pickleball court is and the thing, it would go up there. We are not and where the gym is, it would just go up there. We are not taking any open space at all. But again, the benefit is financial, and we add another amenity. And the bar restaurant would be open 3 to 4 nights a week for the restaurant, and depending on the need, we'll have a full liquor license, cocktails and appetizers every night of the week. But we're looking at kind of a more upscale, um, uh, high prime steaks and seafood, where you could bring your guests, that type of thing, where it's going to would have as good a food and wine list as any restaurant in Los Gatos. And that's the plan there. Tom. Oh, you're good. Any other questions? All right, good. Moving on. So I want to talk about a couple things that have happened regarding the safety, which again, what's our 3 things? Safety first, financial safety, and then the services. Because if you're not healthy, you really don't need money. And if you don't have money, you can't pay for services and you're unhappy. So safety first. One, we had a gentleman have someone knock on their door that knew that he had valuables in a safe. He was distracted, and they stole the safe. Anyway, the good news is Come on in, Lazars. Have a seat. You're welcome. I'm so nice. You know, so um, the good news is that we found out two things. One, we have high definition cameras or license plate readers, but we found out there was a dead spot because the person did not have a license on their front. And then when they pulled in, the camera didn't show it. So we need to add another camera, which was in the patio homes. Anyway, the good news is the town has what are called flock cameras. And because we told them the general time frame and we knew the make and model of the car, they were able to find that. They have identified the perpetrator, and there is an arrest warrant out for his incarceration. I don't know where we stand with that. So another thing which has happened, people are getting calls which are very sophisticated, and it sounds like your granddaughter or grandson, I've been in an accident, send me money, don't tell mom and dad. Anything like that, say, first of all, if anyone says, don't tell anyone, just say, okay, no problem. Let me call you right back. What's your number? Oh, I don't have a number. Okay, give me the number. And then immediately call your son or daughter about their child. They will handle it. If anyone calls you saying you owe money to the the IRS doesn't call. The police don't call. The FBI doesn't call. They just arrest you. Trust me, I know. Anyway, they're not calling you. No one's calling you for money. So anyone calls you for money, this is the one thing you just say. Please give me your contact information. I'll have my attorney call you. That's it. That's the one thing you say. Whether you're going to do it or not is irrelevant. All you do is say, oh, no problem at all. I do not handle any of my business or anything affairs. If it's a legal matter, I'll have my attorney call you. Trust me, it will stop immediately. So please be aware that they do have very sophisticated voice recognitions where they can target you again if they know your last name. Okay. So for instance, if someone is Greek, a Greek name, his grandmother is Yaya or Papu. They're going to know that. If they saw Angela's name, they're going to say, someone called and say, Yaya, I need your help, or Oma, or whatever it is. So they'll use terms like that. So be extremely careful. They are very convincing. It will upset you because here I'm in a bad situation. I need help right away. I'm going to be incarcerated. I need a lawyer. I'll give you the, just say, no problem. Don't argue. Don't test the person. Go ahead, Angela. So what Angela just said is people are calling and saying things like, can you hear me or whatever. We need to know about these things. But here again, anything to do, because I can't guard people using your voice, or I can't guard against that. But here's the thing, there's very sophisticated things saying, uh, if you're a recent immigrant to the country, that your family needs your help. There's the CIA, whatever it is, it's all BS. And again, there's two things I need you to do. Tell them you're going to have your attorney call them, and two, let me know immediately. Okay? People are calling about other things. Anything to do with money, anything to do with personal information. Other than that, talk to them all day long. Hi, how are you? Nice to talk to you. How can I help you? Oh, I can't do that. Whatever. Or call lawyer. Get it? Any questions about that? Yes. So again, I receive the same thing, or I owe money a text or whatever. Anything like that, guess what? They're not emailing. All bills still come in the mail, don't they? Yep. Oh, unless you signed up for something, which you know, like a car payment or whatever, automatic billing, no one's going to send you an email saying you owe money for X, Y, and Z. Okay? They don't do that. And if they do, ignore it. What's the worst thing that's going to happen? They're going to find you one way or another and by mail or whatever, and then you document it. Yes, Sylvia.
Supposedly from PayPal for the delivery of something or other. So what I did is I forwarded this email to PayPal. That's what they advise you to do when you get something.
So that was PayPal, right?
Yeah.
So again, for delivery or whatever, anyone says we owe money, no. I bought this product for this amount of money. I owe more money. That's your problem. There's a tariff. That's your problem. There's extra cost. Whatever they said they were going to sell the product to you, when you put your credit card in, that's it. So I have heard businesses doing right now saying there's an additional cost. Too bad. That's your problem. Their problem, not yours. Ruth Ann.
And do not call the number in the email. Call
Yes.
the number on the back of your credit card or what you really know is the right number.
Right. Don't call or email anything back. Call what you know is real. Call, like if someone says you're a traffic thing, call the Los Gatos Police Department. They will tell you if you have any issues with your car, because that's the only governing agency, especially if you live in Los Gatos, they're going to know. Okay. Any other questions before I move on? Okay. Next thing. We had obviously an issue out front with a family member the other week. It was handled extremely well by the team, by Paul, by the police department. I need your help. Right now, there is conversation about budgetary shortfalls within Los Gatos. And part of the discussion is not hiring for open positions for police or possibly reducing the police presence. I need your help because I was like, oh, that's okay. Sounds like a news alert. I love that. Oh, sorry. Hey, well, we'll get there. All right. So come on in. The water's warm. Another new resident. Welcome. Please, there's a seat right next to Christy up here. So what is under consideration is some reductions to the police department. Why is this an issue? This is an issue because there are some individuals who think that we are providing too much service and that we're responding too quickly, that we can respond less. Not, I'm just saying that's the idea that's being talked about. Now here we've had several issues quite recently, which I've talked about, where the response time from the police has been incredible. Within 5 minutes, they're here. Whether it's this situation or other things. I need your help with this. I put cards in your mailbox. I need you to send those in to the council people and the town manager, or email or write letters where you are concerned as individuals that the protection level we have is exemplary, I feel. But more importantly, the training and selection of these officers is very good, just like the fire department. All these people, when they come here, they don't act like warriors. They act like guardians. There's a big difference. And that's very important. And that's because the training involved and the selection process, they're not just taking anybody. Everyone comes here is extremely hospitable and caring and nice. And that's really important. So I don't beg very often. I'm begging you on this one. This is important. We need all hands on deck, sending letters, cards, emails to the town council and the town manager. And also see, that this is important and that, here right now, I'm the mayor of a small town. And what's more important than anything is your safety and security. That's it. I mean, it's great if we have a park, but if you get robbed and you don't feel comfortable in your own apartment, you've lost everything. You don't have peace of mind. And that's what's most important. So any questions about that before I move on? Yes, Sue. In your mailbox, I put them in all, okay, I thought I put them in all the mailboxes. Some got them? Okay, well, we will, here's the thing. I'll put it about 2 weeks ago. We didn't have enough? Okay. All right, there's more in the office. What we're gonna do is we're gonna have enough or we're gonna make copies. But basically what I need you to do, instead of a self-addressed stamped out, when they see these, it's a form letter, okay? When you write your own letter, when you write an email or you call, I'm sorry, it has a bigger impact. And that's what I need. We'll put this in there, but if you, I'm more than happy to, hold on a sec, David. I'm more than happy to post all the emails and the phone call numbers in your boxes. But if you can send an email or a letter, I think that would help. David. Yep. We will get all the addresses and all name. I mean, I won't do it because, details aren't my thing. Christy will do it. And you know how that works. So this is important. Any questions or disagreements here? Are we going to be unified on this one? We're unified, right? Very important. Okay. All right. So another thing, before I move on, there's certain people that had these issues. Have I met your needs or did I miss anything? Good, good. We're good. Okay. And again, please call me or text me when these things happen. I don't care if it's in the middle of the night and this happens. I don't want you to worry. I'll handle it, or Christy will handle it. Bill will handle it. Okay. We'll call back. We'll deal with these people. Okay. Because it can be, very troubling emotionally. Okay. Next. Yes, Sue.
What time are the doors for the garage supposed to be locked?
7:00, 7:30.
I walk late at night. I walk at 9:30, 10:30, and sometimes the doors are open.
Well, let's put it this way. There is going to be upgrades to our system, and I'll leave it at that. Get it? That I'm not really pleased with our services. And that's part of it. So we will address that. And it is going to be addressed. For the most part, I think the automatic door is working. The garage door is working. License. Okay, good. Oh, I got that going for me. No? Is your license plate working automatically? When you drive up, it should work. Okay, those that don't, they probably entered your license plate wrong, or you don't have a license plate on the front of your car. If you don't have a license plate on the front of the car, you can't read it. So you need to get a license plate on the front of your car, or keep your clicker or whatever. Okay? It does, but I mean, if you don't get far enough ahead, it doesn't read the back end. So you have to basically pull right up to the door and then back up and go in for it to read it, because it's on either side. But if it's not reading, either call in your license plate correctly. Okay. Okay. Two things. One, this is Pride Month. I know, I will tell you personally that the political situation on either end of the spectrum isn't great, but it is very important to myself and to the leadership of Human Good to make sure that everyone feels welcome here in the community. And that's why the flag will go up all month long. We will do what we need to do to educate people, and people are going to feel welcome within this place. And if there's anyone that disagrees with me, we're going to have an issue in private. Just telling you. Okay? So if you disagree, keep it to yourself. Okay? Or talk to me individually. But this is what it is. And this is the kind of place, we chose to live in a community, and the community is accepting of everyone. So. Oh. You're going to hate this, but doing the right thing is good business. But it is the right thing to do. It's the right thing to do. Anyway, so next, we have engaged a individual called Mary Allen. She is what I call a late life, a transitional expert. She is going to be here 2 days a week to focus on difficult transitions you may have. So, for instance, the mere fact of a new resident moving here and giving up your home and whatever is a traumatic thing. First time living. Who's I talking to? Is Carol Castro here? No, she's not here. She was in the Notions of Need saying how she hates apartment living, but she needs to be here. I mean, I hate apartment living. I can't stand too many people around me. So I understand that's giving something up. Okay. If your spouse had to move to, say, memory support or assisted living, that is a traumatic emotional decision. This individual can help with that. If you are, God forbid, you had a spouse or a child die, or you're going through difficult times yourself with some type of malady, this individual is there for you to talk to at our expense. This is a service that we need to provide. I don't want to go into that right now because I can't, but her bio and her training will be in your boxes and posted. But she is for 25 years has been doing this at skilled communities assisted senior living. What I'm trying to do here is, one, again, have a safe place fiscally, safe place bodily, and we provide good bricks and mortar, and we provide good services. What we are lacking is what I consider the emotional connection as far as transitions. And sorry, getting old stinks. And having maladies which diminish your ability to move around is depressing. Losing loved ones is depressing. And if we don't recognize that and do something about it, I'm not doing my job. So this individual is here for you to talk to and get through transitions and everything. Now, if you need to see her for months and months and months, that's going to be a different story. But if you're going through a transition like anyone else, this person is going to be there to talk to you. And again, it will be covered by Human Good or the community. If we go into, 6 months, 8 months, all the time, that's going to be a different story, which we'll talk to, but we will subsidize some of that. But I think this is important. She'll be here on Mondays and Wednesdays, or Mondays and Thursdays.
Moving forward, it'll be Monday, Thursday, but it might be a little bit of a transition while she's figuring out other.
Okay, Monday, Wednesday, or Monday, Thursday. Her office will be in Andrea's old office next to the copier when you come into the administration area. Okay, any questions about this? Susan? You're welcome. No, this is not in lieu of a clinical social worker. Yes, so what Susan asked, is this in lieu of a clinical social worker? No, this is not. Right now, we're having difficulty finding or even getting a social worker right now. They're very hard to find and very, very, very expensive. Expense is not the issue, it's finding the right individual. In the meantime, we need this. And this is simply for what I call transitional issues. Things that are happening. Joe?
Will she give group talks?
Yes, there'll be individual, there'll be group talks, there'll be education, there'll be, so all those things will be happening. So her goal or her niche is, again, transitions. Now, we need a clinical social worker to deal with what I call, okay, this is what I want the social worker to be able to do. We need a social worker to follow you from the day you move in. So that person moves in and you're fit as a fiddle and you're happy, but you start with a relationship. How are you? What do you know? So as time goes on and you age in place, they get to know you, they get to know your family, and there's someone that you trust. So 10, 12 years down the road, when I turn around and say, I'm worried about you living alone, and the social worker calls you for the first time, you're like, what are you talking about? But if you develop a relationship with this individual for 12 years and their family, and they come around and say, I think this is what you need, there's going to be a level of trust. Right now, unfortunately, without that, I'm having to have difficult conversations with families for the first time. And that's not how it should be. But again, everything is a process. But to me, right now, we need to take care of what I call sentinel events. Do you know what a sentinel event is? Sentinel event is something that happens very quickly that will change your life. Falling down and breaking your hip is a sentinel event. Having someone pass away is a sentinel event. Getting cancer is a sentinel event. This is what this individual is for. Immediate triage in an emotional way. Get it? Yes, David. Right now, I need to get her feet wet before I start making appointments. But she will be here Thursday, tomorrow. If you want to drop by and say hello, she'll be in from 10 to 4. She'll be in the office next to the finance office. Okay? We will, once she gets her feet wet, next week we're going to put out her email address. We need to get her an email address, or get her email address, her phone number, contact, and all that. But I'm just mentioning this right now. Okay? Any other questions or comments regarding that? Marion?
I'd like to expand on that. That is, people who are going through hospice care, helping somebody in hospice care, has a problem long term. But they also have problems with paperwork. And I have talked to so many people where they are so involved with the member of their family, they have to put the paperwork aside. And it's very difficult for them to have that on top of the other problems that they're going through. Is there a possibility of maybe having a fiduciary or somebody out there that will help people to get this together?
Okay, I'll repeat that. I'm gonna do the Reader's Digest version of what you said. Two things. One, yes, this individual is there to help people who are aiding someone with hospice or a death or things like that. Also, obviously, there's the fiduciary side. There's the financial side of paperwork and things like that. Who can be there to help you? Now, whether it's one of the reasons we went from one person to two people is two people are better than one as far as helping you in the finance area, whether it's a long-term care policy or billing or things like that. Now, if you need short-term help from either billing or myself, we can help you with what I consider immediate needs of financing or helping you with your paperwork to some degree. The problem we can't do is involve ourselves in managing your money. See, here's the issue. I could pay for someone to help you, but if they in any way, shape, or form mismanage your money or make a mistake, the community is liable, and then all of you are going to pay the ticket. Because if something goes wrong here and we have a suit, everybody around here pays for it. So while we want to be able to be helpful, and if we hired anyone, we're basically saying this person has the good housekeeping seal of approval, and that just like a nurse, if a nurse does something to you wrong and she's our employee, guess who pays for it? Not her, I do. So that's the difficulty in providing anyone to manage your money. Questions about bills, how we can help you, applying for Social Security, anything like that, we can help. Having you say, I can't pay my bills, I need you to help me with my money or paying bills, we can't do, or we can't be seen as hiring anyone to do that for you. Does that make sense? Shell.
Fiduciaries that are licensed or certified or whatever, that someone can distribute.
Okay, so not to get too in the weeds.
You would have to do the interviewing and vet them.
Right, but here's the problem. We had a situation where the man's safe was stolen, okay? Obviously, it was an inside job somehow. Someone with the movers knew it, saw it, told someone, okay? If we recommended that mover, we're liable, even in a tacit way. So any type of, if we're recommending someone, we're saying we're vouching for them. And I know it seems, yeah, that I'm not going to help you or whatever. It puts us at risk. It puts the community at risk. Ganilla. So what Ganilla is saying is there's a thing about the ombudsman. The ombudsman really can't help you in a fiduciary way. Ombudsman is there to advocate. So for instance, let's take a real thing. You know, you can't get satisfaction from me, you hate me, whatever. I mean, what happens every day? There's a joke there, guys. Thanks a lot. Anyway, you'd call the ombudsman and say, Peter's not listening to me. We're not getting services, whatever it is. You know, human good isn't listening to it. They are a state representative to advocate for you. They don't do financials. So yes, it would make sense if we said these are, but even if we post them, we're saying we're giving tacit approval. I don't mean to, I just, I have to protect you, but I also have to protect the community. Because any lawsuits, like last year before I got here, there was an issue in the health center that cost us about $250,000. Guess who paid for that? You did. Because nothing happens here without you paying for it. It's the way it is. Sorry. So I got to protect your money, Marion.
Is there a way for residents to get together and discuss this and find a way to help each other?
Sure. Now, that is something that I'd be more than happy to set up a group or, that's, mention that, Christy. my external brain. Christy, we'll have Adrian set up a work group. Who's a retired accountant here? All right, Brian, you're elected. No, no, I mean, I'm just saying. No. What we can do though is, now this is something we can do. We could bring in an accountant or person to provide basic, again, once a week, once a month. We could hire a CPA, have that CPA come in and say, okay, this is how you apply for Social Security. I'm just saying, or apply for Medicaid. This is how you do this. This is how you do this. Those basic things without doing it themselves. Does that make sense? All right. So I think we need to create a financial group for questions. Any other questions about that? Ruth? No? Anybody else about this stuff before I move on? Okay. Did I mention everything I'm supposed to so far? All right. Now, I know I've talked to other people within this that they wanted to remind me of things. Is there anyone out here that talked to me and said, I asked you? Brian, thank you. Relating to the radios or in general? Okay. So one of the things that, so last year, it's been a year and, oh my God, last February, we had a power outage. And one of the things that I learned from that is that we had holes in our our safety and things like that. We've made quite a few adjustments about buying generators and equipment and lights and things like that. But one of the things, especially for new residents, you don't remember this, we need to make sure you have a few things in your apartment. Because when the power goes out, we only have outside lighting, nothing in your apartment. We are trying to, and the goal is to get a large, another large generator that will give you some lighting in your apartment and power for CPAP and BiPAP and charges your phone and everything. One of the things that we'd like to do, notions and needs, is start ordering lanterns again and selling the lanterns. I recommend 2 lanterns, good lanterns. Why do you need 2? You need 1 for your room and 1 to move. So if you're going to keep a lantern in your bedroom, you need 1 to go to the bathroom. That's where the danger is. Bathrooms are dangerous. So in the event of a power outage, you need 2 lanterns plus backup batteries that are going to last at least a day. Okay? Next, if and when we lose power, or there could be an earthquake, we might lose water. Please have at least 1 gallon of water in your apartment. Okay? Next, please have at least a couple days of canned goods, something to eat, non-perishables, a couple cans of Campbell's soup, this, that, stuff that doesn't need to necessarily be heated. You open a can of soup and put it in a bowl, put it outside for an hour, you got hot soup. I'm just saying, you do. What's that? I'm just telling you, listen, who's a camper around here? Come on. All right then. Pat, right? Work with me. So you need lanterns, you need water, and you need some basic food, okay? And a can opener. Yes, Myron, thank you. Make sure you have a can opener. You don't make can openers like they used to. What's that? Yeah, exactly. A non-electric one. All right, so the other thing is, when we have a power outage, when there is a fire alarm, don't call the front desk. Because guess what? If I have 150 people calling the front desk, that front desk person can't do their job, which is to call me and say, we got a problem. Okay? If there is a fire alarm, what do? Stay in place, defend in place. Do not open your door. The safest place in your apartment is behind that door. The only reason you leave for 2 reasons. What are the 2 reasons you leave your apartment? If it's a fire or the sprinkler's going off. Either one, leave. Other than that, you stay in your apartment and you don't open the front door. Exactly. But what in the I mean, if it's glowing and it's nighttime, I don't think you have to worry about the okay sign. But that's for the fire alarm, because in a fire alarm, you don't put up your okay sign. It's only in a power outage or whatever. Okay. Anyway, so, take this break. My son's sitting there going, "Oh my God." Yes. Sorry. Corolla.
In terms of safety, the work that's being done on the staircase is really outstanding. If the lights do go out, those stairs will blow down and people will give.
Just like my personality.
Getting all the walkers, the trip hazards out of the dining room has been very successful. We have a lot of them though. We need to figure out how to find some room because the doubling up in the hallway.
Okay. You remember, I got to repeat all this. I got to repeat it. I'm going to forget what you said. So, to encapsulate this, all right. In the P building, we did put up the new stair treads, which are glow in the dark and really cool. One, they take a long time to do. If you notice, that staircase was shut down for a couple days. That's really dangerous because in the event of a fire, if it's shut down and the other one's shut down, people could die. So we have to be very careful about how we do it and the speed in which it can be done. It can't be done quickly. So that's why we're doing one at a time and moving, but it's going to take us probably 4 to 5 months to do all the stairwells, because those individuals who do that work are also the ones putting in the carpet and everything, so I can sell apartments and make money. So we're going to be doing them, but they're not going to be doing them one right after the other. Okay? So they will get done. In the meantime, again, Christy, we got to talk to Vincent. We'll put more of the fluorescent tape down, but there will be that. Yes, in the dining room, we try to keep this, would like the walkers and everything on one side as much as possible. Thank you for not keeping them in the dining room. I know some people feel very wed to them and it's important. And I know you don't want to fall, but we also don't want to, in the event of an evacuation or something, have a issue. Okay? Did I encapsulate what you said? Pretty much. C plus, B minus. Throw me a bone. B minus. Definitely not going to graduate cum laude with those kind of grades. Ouch. So anyway, as far as construction, we're almost done on this side. They're running wiring to do, dimming these lights. These will be replaced. We're moving a little slow. Can you just text Vincent? I want to know where our new chairs are. These should have come in by now. New chairs. Yeah, these are old. They're going. Because they're old and yucky. They're old and yucky, kind of like your executive director. Why are we doing this? Again, just a reminder, any capital improvements you don't pay for, your next door neighbor that just moved in did. Okay? So new apartments pay for capital. Anything like that, you're not paying for. So when I replace something, it's not costing you a dime. It doesn't. Okay? So I get to buy stuff without asking you. Got to keep the place fresh. Do we want to sell apartments and be full? Yeah. We got to sell this place every single day. So we actually added new furniture, especially for people in assisted living. Didn't want you to feel the short shrift, especially on the S. How do you like the new chairs in the dining room? In the sitting area. Much nice. After what's that? That third time the charm. First the seat, the big thing that's in my office, the sectional, no good. Then the other chairs, no good. 3 times. So anyway, all that cost money, but we present well. I mean, you have to admit, are you a little prouder when guests come into the lobby compared to last year? Right? Okay. What? How do you think we did that? By changing, by keeping it up, and that's what we will continue to do. Okay. I think I've covered. So there's no other. Okay, it's June. We're looking at the end of September to shut the pool down. End of September or so. Painting on the building will start somewhere in that neighborhood, September, October. I still have to find a place that we can use a pool and that. So that's still in the works. Other than that, there won't be any type of renovations. Obviously, I know the hospitality suite's going away at the end of this month. I know some people feel strongly, but we're going to sell it for $750,000 and make $8,000 a month, which is 1/3 of a point increase that you won't have to pay because of it. Every 1% increase is $350,000. The income from that's about $100,000. So it's 1/3 of a point. And every point matters, especially when you live here for 12 to 15 years. That 1/3 of a point is not compounded once, it's compounded for 12 years. So remember that. It's not just one time you're paying it. It's again and again. So I know there's some people who disagree, but it's best for everyone. Any questions about that? All right, now I'm going to open up for pitchforks and torches time. Mrs. Wheaton.
CERT is a very important part of our emergency preparation. CERT is Community Emergency Response Team. We have a very good team here. This is our CEO and Brian Marks is the leader. We have need of more volunteers. I would like to encourage everyone here to think about becoming a part of that team. We will be glad to train you.
So I'm going to repeat. Mrs. Wheaton, Brian Marks is our leader. CERT, which is the Community Emergency Response Team, they provide an incredible service to all the residents because we can't respond to an emergency, especially at 11 o'clock at night or 1 o'clock in the morning when we have a bare bone staff. We don't have the ability to respond. That's where the CERT team comes into play. We're also, just so you know, so we're looking for volunteers. See Brian, see Peg, Sharon Roth. Anyway, if you'd like to join CERT. We are looking at getting new radios also for CERT, which will allow the CERT members to actually talk one-on-one to an individual as well as a group. So it won't be an open mic like when they use the radios right now. It'll be specific. So if somebody just wants to talk to 2 leaders or me or whatever, so it's a walkie-talkie cell phone kind of combination. So they're great radios. We're looking at getting them for everybody. So it's in process. All right, next I got Marshall.
We were sitting out at the beautiful patio with the beautiful chairs that since were so profitable. The only problem was when it was high noon, the sun is coming through the openings in the arbor within the area. Is it possible to cover that?
So one of the, okay, so the, what do you call it? Pergolas. Yes, we need to, I'd asked Adrian for that. We need the kind of canopies that hook up. So please make sure he buys that. So yes, we need, also, I don't know where we stand with the beer garden out back. Can you ask him about those two things? So the beer garden out back is gonna, also have kind of that sunshade thing. So yes, we will, get that. Any other, come on, it's pitchforks and torches time. So Carlo wants to know about the gated community. Yes, as we paint the community, we'll be putting up more fencing. And so I'm hoping by the end of this calendar year, we're completely gated. So somewhere in there. I got to paint everything first and then put the fences up. I just don't want to put the fences up and then have it get in the way of painting. No, the entrance was, the roadway's still going to be the same. That's not going to change. We need two-way entrance because of the fire department. So that can't change. Angela?
The state of the business was canceled this week and it's been canceled before. I'm just wondering, are they gonna be doing it every other month or is it for some particular reason?
So, yes, it was canceled because of the HSA DON.
Oh, okay.
And then there was something that was gonna be the week after that, and then we realized we were gonna be doing it like almost back to back. So it will be the 1st of July.
So the one of the reasons I don't attend the state of the thing is because my outsized personality squelches everything that's going on. So what we need is an opportunity for everyone else to be able to express, ask questions, because if I'm in the room, people are asking me the questions. I don't want to be in the room because Vincent has to answer those questions, or Paul, or whomever. So that's why. But we had the meeting here, so that's why. Next question or comments? Yes, Elaine.
I'm confused about the fire alarm. You said stay inside if there's a fire alarm. But if there's a real fire, what if there was a fire?
Okay, so I'm going to answer that question. The question is, if there's a real fire and you need to evacuate, someone is going to knock on your door and escort you out. Do not leave your apartment. It is the safest place unless there's a fire in your apartment. Your apartment has a 2-hour envelope. So if there's a fire next door, you have 2 hours before that fire is going to go into your apartment. Exactly. So you have a 2-hour envelope. Now, if there's a fire next to you or below you, you're going to get evacuated by the fire department, but someone's going to evacuate you and bring you to safety. Because if you try to evacuate yourself, first of all, you're putting yourself in danger. Secondly, you're putting the firemen in danger because there's hoses and everything and things going on. Stay in place. It's called defend in place. It is the safest place to be, is in your apartment. Everything else is a danger. Here's the thing. If there's a fire, you're in the P building and there's a fire in the N building. You're leaving a safe space to put yourself at risk because you're putting yourself outside where there's water, there's fire, things could fall, whatever. Stay in your apartment. If you need to be evacuated, we're going to evacuate you. Someone's going to knock on your door. The firemen. The firemen will knock on your door. Now, the chances of a fire spreading in this place are slim and none, because guess what happens? If there's a fire, we have sprinklers. So the only reason you leave your apartment is what? Water coming out of the ceiling and a fire. Because if water's coming out of your ceiling, there's a fire next door. It's pretty much lined up. So we defend in place, we stay in place, and we don't call the front desk. Any other questions? Come on, no pitch. I want my son to see pitchforks and torches. Come on. There's got to be some unhappiness here. Ruth Ann, if anyone could do it, it's you. What do we do in an earthquake? Perfect. Good question. I like that. Here's what we do in an earthquake. This building is earthquake proof. So the building is not going to fall down. Here's my biggest concern. A lot of you have hutches and things like that. You need to make sure bookcases that those are secured. That's your danger. Heavy sculptures, things like that. Make sure they're secure. That's the biggest danger to you. If we have an earthquake, the biggest concern I have is not for your health and safety, but food, water, things like that. Now, we have about 7 days worth of food and water for everyone in this community. But here's our problem. It's not having the food or having the water, it's getting it to you. Because here's what's going to happen in the event of an earthquake. More likely than not, it's not going to be during Monday through Friday, 8 to 5, right? And if there's an earthquake, how are those team members going to get here to help us? They're not. So if I don't have that and we have issues, how do I get that food to you? Because I'm going to have a, hold on one second. I'm getting there. Search's going to be needed because if we have a bare bones staff, we won't have enough staff or team members to take care of our residents. I'm going to need to cannibalize CERT in case to just provide basic care for skilled, assisted, and memory support. That's the fact of the matter. So for the first 24 hours to 48 hours, even to 72, after 48 hours, 72, we're going to be okay. You need to be able to feed yourself, have lighting and water in your apartment that I'm not bringing to you. Understand? It's not the question of having it, it's getting it to you. Now, I'm talking about a worst case scenario here. I have to think about worst case scenario. That's possible. And that's what's probable is that we're going to have an earthquake overnight, in the middle of the night, Saturday, Sunday, whatever. And I would expect it's every 30 years. We're due. Not to scare you. Anyway, come on. Anybody else have any questions or comments? Nothing? We're happy? Ooh. What? Okay, well, we're right at an hour.
You want me to give you an update on your questions that you asked?
Huh?
You want me to give you an update on the questions you asked me to follow up on?
Sure.
The pergola is being worked on with the landscape architect,
Okay.
and materials have been ordered for the beer garden,
Okay.
and they're working with procurement on the chairs.
I'll repeat that. Myron's tugging on his ears. Okay. So the things that we discussed, the pergola is being worked on with the garden committee. The beer garden's been ordered. What is the other one? The chairs are what? Oh, well, that'll be another 10 years. Procurement for new chairs. Yeah. Don't, is it? Now, Linda, is this your last chat? Or you'll have one more? What? 2 weeks. You're here for. Linda will be leaving July 1st. And there'll be a little party for her and everything. Okay? So she's going to move to North Carolina and live the good life. So party's on the 26th. It's a party, me hearty. It's a pirate party. No. All right. Anything else? Everyone relatively happy? I apologize for not being here. My son was supposed to be out here all summer long, but instead he's transferring from Ithaca to Syracuse. So he's going to start Syracuse next week and do some summer school classes. So anyway, stand up, wave, Jerry. He's a very nice young man, way nicer than his father and smarter, which doesn't say much for him. All right, have a wonderful day. I do want to, I'm hoping this weekend or next weekend to do a barbecue. So myself out there. So I'm going to try to arrange that. Okay. Thanks for your attention and your nice comments.